It's going to be a question of who's the better C9.
When you commit to a path, I guess you were on your own.
I spent 3-something years on Cloud9. Throughout that time, I have achieved 2 NA LCS titles. I've gone to Worlds 3 different times. We are Cloud9 in a way that we're also not Cloud9.
Let me tell you, I'm ready to fly.
It would be pretty embarrassing if I were to lose to High, because I was kind of the guy that replaced High, and you know, I'm here for a reason.
Now it's time to go home. Let me tell you.
The difference between when I play with High and now is that I don't need to rely on High. We can make our own decisions, probably even better than them.
We had a lot of history under our belts and success. Before you can say that he's doing better than us or that team is better than our duration, they're gonna have to prove that first.
I know High as a person, he wants to prove himself, so I definitely feel like he wants to win against me, but I don't see it happening.
I've never played versus him. I've only ever been on his team. I'm excited to see how it goes, to see if I get clapped, I guess.
High was the guy who told me to body these fools, so that unfortunately means I will also have to body him.
Oh yeah? All right. We'll see about that, right?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the North American League Championship Series. You're joining us live here in our studios in Los Angeles, California, and we are ready for 4 awesome matches. The crowd, of course, ready as well, glowing in bright colors, holding up signs for favorite teams. You got a Weather Woman Janna, C9 cosplay, Frog, and the rest of Echo Fox walking into the studios. Phoenix One the same, as they're going to be battling their respective opponents. Here's Darshan looking deadly serious as always. After joining him as well, ready to take to the stage. It's going to be a beautiful one. It's going to be fun. And here we can see some of the best people that the North American LCS has to offer. Stat leads across the board, assists, ADA, impact, killing basically everyone. And speaking of amazing people, here we are at the analyst desk. Myself, David Freak Turley, with Joshua Jat Leesman on the far side and the Mark Z in the middle. You guys are amazing. How's it going?
Pretty good.
97 kills is a lot of kills for halfway through week 4. That felt high to me, but those are correct stats.
I mean, jungler's pretty strong right now.
Yeah, who would have thought?
It's good for them. Well, we got some amazing matches to get ourselves into, of course, but before we do get into those matches, let's take a look at where we are in the standings. It's Cloud9 sitting alone at the top 7-0 in matches, followed closely by FlyQuest and TSM. Then behind that pack is Phoenix One, Immortals, and Echo Fox. Counterlogic Gaming sits in 7th, Liquid in 8th, and then sadly Team Dignitas and Envy at the very bottom. We're going to see how these positions shape up with our 4 matches today. Up first, it is Counterlogic Gaming going up against Phoenix One in the battle arena, and then High is going to face off with Jensen in an amazing battle of FlyQuest versus Cloud9. Meanwhile, on North American LCS 2, the Battle Theater plays host to Echo Fox versus TSM, followed by Team Dignitas versus Team Envy. During those matches, make sure you tweet to @LOEsports with any questions you have for myself, Jat, or Zyrene at the end of the day for NA LCS tonight. Give us the questions. We'll be happy to answer them if they're awesome, so make sure they're good tweets. Let's talk about our matches, though, of course. We have some amazing ones coming up. The big one, of course, the match of the week. Everyone's looking for it. FlyQuest versus Cloud9.
And my goodness, no one really expected this to be a battle for first place. We're like, this will be a fun matchup between former C9 and current C9, but no. FlyQuest has been bopping people, and they had a big test coming into this week with strength of schedule, and they've already passed the first part of it by beating Phoenix One.
Right, I mean, of course, Cloud9 is the one on top of the table, though, so they have to beat them here. But honestly, I don't think people are questioning FlyQuest anymore. I think they are confident saying they're probably a top 3 team in the league, and the teams match up in such interesting ways in terms of just play style, the stories between Jensen and High kind of replacing each other and also working together. So overall, it's just going to be an exciting match to watch.
Yeah, well, you mentioned no one really needs to question FlyQuest anymore, but there are teams that should maybe be questioned, which is old guard teams like Counterlogic Gaming and Liquid, who are just absent from the top of the table.
Yeah, you kind of wonder when COG is going to turn it on until the point where you're just wondering if they're bad, because they're not able to win a lot of these games, and we're thinking they're going to be able to beat Echo Fox, but they're making uncharacteristically bad decisions. Their team compositions aren't even making as much sense as they used to, and it's been a pretty downhill season for them so far.
Right, and the weird thing is that they were the only team returning with their entire roster, and given the fact that the top end of the league seemed to be weaker with TSM and Immortals changing up their rosters, you would have thought that this would have been the team to come in and look great from the beginning, but they're actually one of the most inconsistent teams in the league. So that is just kind of weird to see.
Exactly. Unthinkable, really, that the team that returns so many players with another loss could be 2-6. And then the other thing that's surprising is Reignover, the biggest offseason acquisition in the TL hype machine, is already 2-6 because their week's over.
Right, but you look at Reignover in game in this Friday matches, he looked a lot better on the Graves pick. He was able to carry a lot versus Cloud9. But then as soon as they got off their main picks, they seemed to struggle a lot more in their matchup yesterday. So they're another team that's struggling and doesn't seem like they have too much cohesion in what they want to do.
I agree.
Well, we're going to see if any of these things can be fixed. We will get another look at Counterlogic Gaming as we head into our first matches of the day. So let's send it over to our casters.
Thank you very much, Freak. Hello, everyone. I'm Raven Business.